Welcome to episode 3 of Universe Mode, and we are kicking off tonight's episode of Raw with a number 1 contenders match between Carmelo Hayes and Oba Femi. On SmackDown we saw a triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship, which Andrade managed to disorientate Oba Femi after Femi took out Carmelo Hayes, getting the pinfall over Femi. Femi has come out and said that was pretty humiliating to get basically taken advantage of right after you've just dismantled your opponent. Femi definitely not happy. Carmelo Hayes certainly not happy. One of these two men will go on to face Andrade at the upcoming PLE for the Intercontinental Championship. Here we go, Oba Femi. Oh! Just drilled through Carmelo Hayes. Right off the bat. Carmelo now in the military press position. Getting dumped down by Oba Femi. Oh, good grief. And Femi was going over to the turnbuckle. Not quite sure what he was looking for, but Carmelo Hayes ran up behind him, catching up with Oba Femi. Oba Femi was very dominant last season in his very brief appearance. He took his first pinfall loss during that triple threat. Carmelo Hayes made a point of saying that he shouldn't even have to compete to become number 1 contender because he didn't get pinned. And while some agree, Raw General Manager Nigel McGuinness has said, no, you're going to be competing, pal. Irish whip into the corner from Carmelo Hayes to Femi, and Femi with a big right hook. Oba unloading now on Carmelo Hayes. Double axe handle takes down Hayes. Oh, and a brutal lariat to the back of the neck. And Oba Femi, still in the driver's seat, has been very dominant during this match. Spoke a little bit too soon as Carmelo with a reversal there. The leg sweep takes down Femi and a knee strike straight into the face. We saw Oba Femi bleeding during that triple threat match. That crimson mess over the face of Femi looked like war paint. Though again, it added to the disorientation. It ended up ending the match. Oh, look at this. Carmelo had tried to lock in a submission, but Oba straight out of it. Lifting up Carmelo now. Looking for... Good grief, an F10! Just throwing around Carmelo Hayes like he's a goddamn rag doll. Oh, look at this. Looking for that release back suplex. Again, throwing around Hayes. Oh, Hayes with the reversal pop-up powerbomb. Taking Femi's finisher. And Femi with the kick out. And look at this. Carmelo's going to try again, but this time with the leverage of the ropes, and referee said hell no. He could see the leverage. Adding insult to injury there by taking that fall from grace. And Carmelo did a good job of replicating it, though Femi not going to be put down by his own move. Oh, good God! Just dumping down Carmelo. Oba on the outside of the ring now. Carmelo is gearing up for something in this opening match. Tope takes down Femi. Oh, and Oba definitely looked like that did some damage to him. He looked a little bit shocked there, laying on the mat. That weight of Carmelo coming down on his shoulders. Hayes now with Femi in the corner. Big run up. Big forearm strike takes down Oba. Oba down against the mat. What is Carmelo looking for? Carmelo going to the top turnbuckle. Look at this. Carmelo? Oh, I don't know what he went for. Some sort of spinning corkscrew. Oba moved straight out of the way. Looking for maybe that release back suplex. Springboard. Oh, good grief. Oh, Oba catching Carmelo, dumping him down into the power slam position. Laying out Oh, good grief, and a fall from Grace. Femi with one of his own. 2! And that's enough to put down Carmelo Hayes. It is going to be Femi versus Andrade Cien Almas for the Intercontinental Championship. After last week's episode's complete... I don't even know what Ethan Page was playing at. Coming out and mocking the chairman on SmackDown. Later on tonight, Shawn Spears is going to be taking on Ethan Page in the main event. But next up, we've got the former WWE Women's Champion Chelsea Green, accompanied by Women's Intercontinental Champion Piper Niven. She won that championship on SmackDown in a triple threat against Lash Legend and Kairi Sane. Chelsea Green leading out Piper here tonight. Piper is going to be taking on the woman that beat Chelsea Green. And that woman is, of course, Natalya Neidhart. Natalya with a shock win on Raw. The first episode of Universe Mode, and she came out of the gate strong. I said last season she'd had a whole different attitude change, and she's brought that attitude with her to the ring here tonight, hoping to completely dismantle Piper Niven. So here we go. We know that Chelsea Green does have her usual rematch clause. So at some stage we'll see Natalya versus Chelsea yet again. But it seems like Piper Niven being sent in here to wear down the new WWE Women's Champion. Trying to soften her up for when Chelsea Green finally goes one-on-one yet again with Natalya. I believe it'll be at the pay-per-view. Natalya more than welcoming to any challenges right now. She's been a pretty good sport about the whole scenario. She was bloody and bruised coming out of that match last week. She did get busted open in the main event. And look at this. This is the kind of domination that we saw Piper Niven put on display back on SmackDown. Oh, good grief! And out of nowhere, Piper with a suicide dive just flattened Natalya. What in the world? Chelsea Green just not so subtly slipped a sledgehammer into the ring. Charles Robinson very quick to get rid of it. Not having any of that right now. Where in the world is Piper going? She's on the top turnbuckle, looking to flatten Natalya with a senton bomb. Holy shit! Natalya with the kick out there. Natalya unfortunately not had much offense so far. Oh, and yet again the exact same wound that was opened up last week has been targeted again, this time now by Piper. And Piper looking to choke out the women's champion, looking to choke out Natalya Neidhart. Natalya is trying her hardest to stay in this thing. Oh my days. And Natalya has been choked out by Piper. I don't know what this means for Chelsea and Piper moving forward, but that is a huge win for Piper Niven. Chelsea Green immediately going backstage to Nigel McGuinness and demanding a stipulation is added to their championship match at the next PLE. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be, but Chelsea Green seems to have something in mind. Next up, we've got the WWE Tag Team Champions, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, though they're not going to be competing in tag action. Instead, Montez Ford in singles action here tonight. Now, we saw them debut on SmackDown, the Gorillas of Destiny. Though, here we have Jacob Fatu. And Jacob Fatu is wasting no time, heading down to the ring. He's got the Gorillas of Destiny behind him there. Fatu wants to fight. Jacob Fatu making his Universe Mode debut with a super kick to the chin of Montez Ford. Good grief! Straight into that pop-up Samoan drop. Again flanked by Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, who defeated Pretty Deadly back on SmackDown. That was a hard-fought match. Pretty Deadly came out of that absolutely smothered in blood. We've been told by Nigel McGuinness that when approached by Tama Tonga to arrange this match, he was told that it was a declaration of war against the Street Profits, that Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa want to get an opportunity at the WWE Tag Team Championships. Now, of course, we've got to crown #1 contenders before that can happen. It seems like the Bloodline here on Raw are trying to build themselves up to be in that position. It could be the Street Profits versus Gorillas of Destiny. Sorry, that Tonga Loa grabbed the foot of Montez Ford. It looked like Montez Ford was going to head to the outside. But no, springing over onto the apron. Ford with the springboard frog splash. Look at this, look at this. Montez Ford went for the tope, but Jacob moved. Fatu moved out of the way. Oh, launching Ford straight into the announcer's table. And those announcer's table are completely different to the NWA ones that we had last season and the season before. These tables are a lot sturdier, got a lot more weight behind them. Gonna hurt a lot more if you go through one of them or get your head bounced off of one of them. The Bloodline causing some distractions right now. Ford went for a pinfall attempt on Jacob Fatu, but Charles Robinson too busy putting the turnbuckle pad back on that Tama Tonga had removed. And Jacob Fatu taking advantage of the distraction. Look at that throat chop. Taking down Montez Ford. Oh, look at this. Ford building up. Went for the big clothesline, it looked like, or a big splash in the corner, but Fatu moved out of the way. Fatu got something in mind. Ford, though, launching him into the corner instead. Going to try again, perhaps. No, going to target the leg instead. Trying to slow down Jacob Fatu. Not a bad strategy, but not one that seems to be succeeding right now. Fatu was looking for something, but Ford retreating to the outside. Fatu dumping down Montez Ford. Jacob has been incredibly dominating so far, and now look at this, Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins with the distraction to Fatu, and it gives Montez Ford the opportunity there to capitalise. Ford again sending Fatu into the corner. There it is, he hit that clothesline, looking for the blockbuster, and he gets it. Holy shit. Fatu just pounced Montez Ford twice. The length of the ring. That was insane. And Fatu now gearing up for something in the corner, launching his body weight, but Ford moved out of the way. Fatu hit none of it. Look at this. Ford going to the top turnbuckle, but Fatu strategically moving out of the way there. Oh, and a collision. Both men. Oh, and Ford came out on top. Springboard. DDT. Good grief. And a defiant kick out from Jacob Fatu. Fatu struggling to keep up with the speed of Montez Ford. That's the thing that seems to be getting to him right now. Oh my days, look at this back and forth. Good grief. The power behind these shots. Oh my god, and Ford dumps down Fatu with a body slam. Frog splash off the top. Look, referee again distracted by the Bloodline. Fatu is down. The crowd going insane right now. Referees realised. Oh my god, of course he kicks out. Fatu had plenty of time to recover. Referee just got clacked in the back by Fatu with that super kick. Big splash landing down on Montez Ford. Oh my days, and an Impaler DDT from Fatu, and Fatu's not finished. Not finished with Ford, gonna look for a second one. There it is! The Bloodline sending a message. 1, 2, oh my god, and the slow count there from the referee. The slow count from the referee struggling because of that kick that he received from Fatu. Montez Ford finally landing that tope. He's been trying for it all match and not managed it. Look at this, Ford off of the top rope! And the reversal from Fatu. Holy shit. Fatu had no issue grabbing the weight of Montez Ford, and look at these headbutts pummeling Montez Ford. Look at this. Oh, big hip attack in the corner. And Fatu sets up Ford perfectly for that springboard moonsault. 2. And Fatu puts down Montez Ford. What a match. The Bloodline making their presence known here tonight. Here on Raw. Next up, and we do have tag team action before we get to tonight's main event, with the return of American-made The Creed Brothers, former tag team champions. They've said that they'll use their rematch clause when they're ready. I don't really know how ready you need to be when you are the Creed Brothers, because they've kind of shown that they are peak when it comes to the tag team division, but Julius Creed, Brutus Creed both want to pick up some wins in the tag division to prove that they've still got what it takes before facing the tag team champions. I mean, the obvious question is, what in the world happens if they now lose here tonight? I don't really know. But we saw last season that the Creed Brothers were starting to take unconventional methods in picking up their wins. Tonight they're going to be taking on Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, the New Catch Republic. We saw Pete Dunne take on Andrade Almas last week. Tonight the big strong boys going to have an opportunity to advance in the tag division themselves. If they can pick up a win over the former tag team champions, that would be huge. Here we go. Julius Creed, former mid-card champion, former international NWA champion, defeated Bronson Reed in a fantastic bout last season. Had a short little run with the international championship. It was very nice for Julius Creed. Built him up quite a bit. However, not really much compared to the absolutely monumental run that Pete Dunne had with the Universal Championship that we refuse to let anybody forget about. That man held the championship for a year and a half. The exact amount of time that Will Ospreay also held the championship. Look at that, Brutus Creed dumping Tyler Bate off of the top turnbuckle. That's what we're talking about, these unorthodox sort of sleight of hand little moments that the Creeds have been making. Sportsmanship going out the window. I believe Will Ospreay might have even passed Pete Dunne when it comes to World Championship reigns, but if he did, then it wasn't by much. Nonetheless, Pete Dunne made it very, very clear. He's tired of sitting in the wings. He's tired of sitting in catering. He wants to pick up some wins, pick up some pinfalls, make a name for himself again, climb to the top of the mountain once more. He's hoping to do that with his best friend, Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate, of course, former Universe Mode Tag Team Champion in his own right, teamed with Trent Seven those many moons ago. back during the era of Raw is War, and we had rivaling brands between Raw and SmackDown, where there was a brief period of time Pete Dunne held the Universal Championship and Mustache Mountain held the tag belts. If we take a little bit of a flashback now as we watch Julius Creed and Pete Dunne, last season we saw Julius Creed compete in the Elimination Chamber alongside Pete Dunne for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Oh my days. Good grief, and a deadlift gut wrench. Those two collided very briefly. It's the only time that we've seen Pete Dunne and Julius Creed, I believe, interact. We're getting to see the amazing athleticism between these two superstars. Butterfly suplex. Picture perfect. Dumps down Julius Creed, and New Catch Republic have been on top of the Creed brothers right now for the majority of this match. Oh, and a big right knee to the face of Dunne. And here comes Brutus Creed, unloading on Pete Dunne. Good grief. Exploding suplex. Oh, and the Creeds. Julius just got a cheap shot in on Pete Dunne there. Tag made back to Tyler Bate. Drop toe hold to Brutus Creed. Tyler Bate with the elbow strike right down on the back of the shoulders. There's a second one to the lower back now. We know Tyler Bate has got what it takes when it comes to in-ring competition. He's certainly gone the distance with a lot of superstars, but he's lacking when it comes to championships. Look at this. Tyler Bate off of the rope. Slingshot into the lariat. Big leaping senton there from Brutus, and there's a second one, flattening the bruiserweight. Knee to the midsection. We'll find out, I assume on SmackDown, what the stipulation was that Chelsea Green has requested when it comes to her rematch with Natalya at the pay-per-view. But apparently Chelsea Green, after Piper Niven's win, bearing in mind, not even her own, backstage shouting the odds. Pete Dunne looking to dive on top of Brutus, and he does. Oh, look at this. Pete Dunne trying to crack the fingers of Brutus Creed. Oh, these two going back and forth now. Oh, and Pete Dunne is going after the fingers yet again. Trying to break the hand, and he's relentless. Oh my days. Tag made to Julius Creed now, and they're setting up that Doomsday setup for the Brutus Ball. Good God, it's usually the other way around. But Creed with the Brutus Ball on Pete Dunne, and Tyler Bate straight in there to break up the pinfall. Oh, and Creed is fuming. Good God. Launching Tyler Bate into the ring now. Taking on the big strong boy. Oh my God, and he got caught by Pete Dunne into the X-Plex. Brutus straight back in there to try and break up the pinfall. Oh, and a European uppercut. Tyler Bate, quick tag made to Bate now. Brutus forced to exit the ring. Kick to the midsection. Creed just got Tyler drivered. A New Catch Republic stop the Creeds, who were trying to play it dirty. Finally, the New Catch Republic get a win there. It's been a long time coming for British Strong Style to finally get a win, and what a win to get over the Creeds. Main event time, and it is the showdown that we've been waiting for, as Shawn Spears looks to pick up a win over the WWE Undisputed Champion Ethan Page. Though Shawn Spears is not alone. In the background there you can see the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has had his own gripes with Ethan Page in the past, when Ethan Page was still trying to make a name for himself prior to that cash-in win. And we know that Shawn Spears and Cody Rhodes are friends backstage. Shawn Spears presumably bringing Cody Rhodes out here tonight to try and make sure that Ethan Page doesn't cheat to win. Shawn Spears picked up a win on SmackDown against Lexis King after some mind games by the ego Ethan Page. There's something about Shawn Spears, a dark side to him that I'm not quite sure the WWE Champion is ready for. Here to steal the smile from Shawn Spears, competing in his first match of this season of Universe Mode, all ego Ethan Page. We saw him compete last season for the National Championship. We saw him compete for the International Championship. He's faced off against Cody Rhodes before. He had an unfortunate run-in with Gunter, but everything came to a beautiful climax for Ethan Page at Alive and Kicking, where he won that cash-in case and cashed in on the Kingpin, Will Ospreay. There's a lot riding on this, not only for Shawn Spears, who right out the gate there with the running neck breaker on the WWE Champion. Good grief, but there's a lot riding on this for Ethan Page as well. Because of course if he loses here tonight, which it'd be similar to Montez, Ford and Natalya earlier on tonight, if he loses, Shawn Spears gets a free ticket into a championship match. Shawn Spears has been the only man so far to directly call out the champion. Look at this, Shawn Spears with the Ushigoroshi. Good grief. Oh, went for the roundhouse kick. Shawn Spears, though, tripping the leg of Ethan Page. Inverted suplex, dumping down all ego straight on his face. Pinfall attempt and a quick kick out. Referee said no, just a 1. Shawn Spears argued for at least a 2. I don't know why, because it doesn't matter unless you get the win. My days, straight into the roundhouse kick, and even Cody Rhodes said that one looked nice. Good grief. Ethan Page not very happy there as Shawn Spears leaves the ring. Ethan Page made a point of wanting to eclipse the championship reigns of both Pete Dunne and Will Ospreay. Whether or not he's going to be able to do that obviously remains to be seen. Spears, middle rope, went for the blockbuster. Ethan Page knocked him down with that big right hook. Oh, and Page is laying in the hits right now. These two going back and forth. And Page comes out on top. Look at this. There is your WWE Champion, ladies and gents. Showing off to the crowd. The crowd obviously not a fan. Oh, good God. Inverted DDT there. Never really seen a snap inverted DDT before. That were a new one. Look at this. Kamigoye setup. Lifting up into that snatch power slam. Oh, shitting hell. Shawn Spears. Oh my days, and a miscalculation there from Spears. And Ethan Page is going to take advantage, but he hit that knee trembler. And it looked like Page was going to be out cold, but he could have been playing a little bit of possum there, because he did get a moment to just shuffle away enough to avoid that springboard attempt. Shawn Spears didn't calculate Page moving. Look at the chest of Spears right now. Page has just spent the entire match stomping away on Shawn Spears. And Page has set up Spears in the corner. What in the world is Page looking for? Or it doesn't matter, because Spears has got that back elbow strike. Straight into the knee trembler yet again. Spears is setting up Page for something. Page is not having any of it. Kick to the midsection. Good God, the smile snatcher just laid out Shawn Spears. And Ethan Page taunting Cody Rhodes. Oh my days. And he's just laid out the American Nightmare. And he's setting up Cody for the Ego's Edge. Good grief. And he's certainly spotted that Spears is back to his feet. Spears bruised. Page. Good God. Spears was basically just asking Page to big boot him there. And all ego Ethan Page now setting up Spears for an Ego Edge. 1, 2. Oh, and Spears with a kick out. Cody Rhodes back to his feet after getting hit with that Ego's Edge. Oh, and these two going back and forth now. Spears and Page. Page getting the advantage though. Spears is feeling the damage of this match, and look at those disrespectful slaps from Page. Open palm slap straight to the face of Shawn Spears. Oh my days, and they are just relentless, followed by that forearm strike. Good grief. And Page with the fireman's carry, dumping down Spears. Spears might have a broken nose. His nose is not in great condition right now. Holy shit. Page now taking his time. Taking his time with Spears. Kick to the midsection. Spears blocks it though. Oh, Ethan Page with the takedown to a disorientated Shawn Spears. The thing is, if Shawn Spears can't get a win here tonight, who in the world is going to face Ethan Page? Oh, good grief. There's that facebuster. Oh, I don't know what Spears was going for, but Page hit the reversal. Managing to dump down Spears with yet another inverted DDT, buying himself a little bit of breathing room. And look at this, the arrogance of Ethan Page. All ego is making light work of Spears here tonight. Spears back to his feet, straight into it. Oh my days, Ego's Edge! And Page taking the time, laying out Spears in the middle of the ring, looking at Cody Rhodes as he goes for the pinfall. 2, and that is it. Our WWE Champion picking up a huge win here tonight against Shawn Spears.